Greetings, everyone. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Quarantine Day number 500 or something like that. Greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining us for tonight's 5G update. So I guess David Icke got pulled for talking about 5G too much, and I guess cures or something like that for the virus. I guess I don't know what the story is on that, but anyway, David Icke is no longer on YouTube apparently. So I was just looking at that yesterday. So yeah. Well, I guess that's the end of everybody. Yeah, that's the thing when you some get carried away with this 5G shit. But I don't know if he's talking about cures or whatever. Yeah, I gotta stay away from that too. But some can get really carried away with all these little ideas, and he gets a lot of views, and gives people something to do. But it doesn't mean it's true. But what the hell, right? It's exciting. The thing that 5G is causing all this. It's a lot of human vibrations causing it. Mother Earth is causing what's going on here. We're just shifting out of the third dimension reality. Obviously, some are, having a problem with that. So, I didn't think he was going to go away, but you never know. I don't know if he's going to come back either. It's hard to say right now. So, also, yeah, the spy plane. Of course, I didn't set everything up before I forgot. The spy plane of it's like a drone that goes out into space, and or a space plane. Don't call it a spy plane, but it's probably a spy plane. I'll post an image of it. So I was going to do some connections with that. Oh, I forgot the title. I was going to put something else in the title. I forgot. The other thing I was going to go into, which I completely forgot, about the Mantis. I mentioned this yesterday about I'm getting vibes from them recently. Normally I don't feel anything from them. I know I channeled them in the past, but I'm feeling more like, like most alien species evolved from bugs. Yeah, let that sit with you for a little bit. We all evolved from cockroaches. Yeah. But yeah, well, that might be a joke, or it might not be. But it does make a lot of sense how insects are, they fly around, they're doing their thing, they get involved with everything, and they come back with certain DNA connected to them. And then, somebody else or whatever, or another bug, or whoever does experiment on that, finds something new, and you evolve. And here we are. So, yeah, you get something from another universe or something, and then create another species out of it, and then it just grabs stuff from all over the place. So, is that all that? Yeah, sometimes the truth really hurts. And people are going and talking about 5D all day. 5D, not 5G. 5D. And, they're talking about their, insect lifetimes of being a cockroach. It's like a fifth dimensional cockroach. Yeah. So yeah, I've had a question a while back about about mantis being very advanced in DNA, of genetics. Obviously, there's two different types of people that do genetic engineering. Those that are positive and those that aren't. So, yeah, there are some that are like Dr. Moreau. If you look at the movie, if you can pronounce it or spell it. Dr. Moreau basically was on an island doing all these messed up, genetics that work on people that are just disgusting. So, bad stuff. I mean, it had bad intentions with it. You can have good intentions, and things can go wrong, but we should have good intentions. But if you have bad intentions, you create something from darkness. Like the reptilians created out of darkness. Somewhere, not all. So if you have a species created out of darkness, of course they're going to be pissed off. They want to take over the world. They want to take over anything and feel dominant over everyone because somebody because they need a hug. Nobody loves them. You know? You'd be surprised how simple this all can be. It's like, of course, they probably deny the whole hugging thing. They probably want to be French kissed instead. How about that one? Got anything for me? Nothing. No humor there. Yeah. I don't think anybody would want to do that. Fuck. He must be out of their fucking mind. Send him a letter. Yeah, letters are better for these guys. Yeah, welcome to tonight's broadcast, if you have not left yet. Yeah, so summing up, we evolved from cockroaches, and here we are, and you want out of this matrix reality, you gotta just suck it up. I'm not sure if that's a joke or if that's really true. If it's true, I wouldn't be damn bit surprised. But yeah, I mean, every one of my early incarnations in the universe, I can remember very vaguely, obviously, was an insect. It was a highly evolved insect. I don't think I've ever told. I might have mentioned this before. I don't think I've ever mentioned this because it was weird. Yeah, it was like a highly evolved insect with a race of others. It was green. At least that's what I'm saying. But and they got tampered with. Other beings wanted their power. Reptilians wanted their power, and so they got wiped out. So their power was taken or hijacked to a certain. Basically, their power was we call it copied of how they did things. Something like that. That's the vibe I got from it. It just goes on and on and on and on, and yeah. So, anything from the reptilians about that love making they're doing over there? They're not saying a damn thing. Anything from them? Yeah, they're not amused. They don't get pissed off real easy. They don't think we're going to wake up out of the matrix. I think we're just a bunch of lowlives, and we're never amount to anything. Well, that's nice. That's a nice thing to start your Saturday off or your Sunday off. Okay, we'll do a message from. Okay, enough of you guys. Yeah, they feel like they're a dominant species, and this is show their dominance. And humans are still. They think they're clever. Well, some of us are. Most of them aren't. Shit. Because they know how to mess with humans and their ego. Boy, is that the truth of it. Yeah. They use the egos against us, which was... Oh, I got that right. Yeah. So, yeah. We are getting closer to some kind of disclosure, as some of us are. Yeah, you have to be willing to make a fool out of yourself, basically. You know, you have to do the dirty work, I guess, to change things. Okay, let's do it. Shit. Well, I call it a minute. I should have asked them to show up. They feel like they're the guardians of our planet. They feel like they know better than us. They don't always go into details of why. Not all of them are negative. Some just feel like they're just better than us. And that's why some people get so attracted by them, because of their power. That's why they remember that power, dominance over others, and it's an addiction. And once you clear out that addiction, you know more about yourself. It's all ego in the long run. They know how to mess with it, definitely. So, more power to you on that one. For those that wish to evolve from the Matrix, so I did channel text that I'll make public eventually. See, I got nothing else to do. Can't go anywhere. Let's just channel until my head blows up, basically. One second. Yeah, about like breaking through the matrix. Obviously, it's not to be judgmental towards others. Make peace through yourself and others, and obviously love yourself. And that's the hardest one, probably. And you can snap out of a lot of the manipulation here. You know, heal the ego. Loving yourself can break you out of this reality. Now, what does that mean, break yourself out of this reality? Then you can just see more in your mind's eye, but you can just start feeling it more too if you welcome it near you. If you welcome alien energy, spirit energies closer to you, and you can be able to handle it. Not that they'll show up physically, but you never know. That's what we're working up towards. So those are the people that are talking about 5D, and you can, you know, what was it called? 3D print everything. God, does that sound like a third dimensional nonsense? But whatever. You can print everything. That's just sounds okay. Whatever you say. But yeah, you have to kind of go through all the crap before you get there first. I'm not sure if I want to 3D print anything, but you know, yeah, you have to. Yeah, healing the ego is probably the major obstacle right now. And obviously, most society doesn't believe any of this is real, so they're going. I'm not sure what's going to happen to them. Yeah, there's just so many doors to open up the matrix reality. Yeah, you gotta clear out your shit basically, and many have. And it becomes more difficult because now you're connecting more to a higher vibrational fourth dimension, and there's nobody to talk to about it. There's nobody to connect to, there's nobody to know. It makes things even harder. So, but yeah, we are advancing ourselves to more higher dimensional energies. But of course, you have to get through a lot of hurdles to get there. Not that I'm there, but at least I'm getting the messages of how to do it. Yeah. All right. Interesting. Okay. All right. Is anyway. For those new to us, IvanTeller.com. Private sessions. We have we're not a channel. Google Hangout, Zoom, and channel by phone. I'm on the 24th right now. I'm going to be there for a little bit. That was April 24th. Same situation here. Other channels and healers I do recommend. Social network and awesomeness. Alright, here's the thing about David Icke. So, yeah, it's going well for him, as you can see. Okay, I'm going to bring up this sucker. Space. What is it? Yeah, I came prepared. Space. Whatever. Close enough. So this thing I'm talking about, I guess, is the housing they put it into when they put it on a rocket when they send it off into space. Something like that. Something around those lines, yeah. So it's an unmanned. Yeah, it's really weird. It's yeah, highly bizarre. I'm surprised, and this is through the Air Force. So they probably, yeah. So I'm doing DARPA, but it's done through the Air Force energies, and now the Navy. There are all these different type of Navy groups. I'm not going to go into it right now. Eventually, that always, yeah, there's interviews with some of these people who are in charge of these groups. They talk about the Navy and they talk about space. So you don't hear about the Air Force talking about that. I don't think they do. And there's some have told me about the Navy's like one of the more powerful entities of the government. At least for the space program. Maybe not, Lockheed Martin's probably pretty powerful, and there's other groups, I can't remember everybody. NSA, CIA, whatever it is. Wherever else you can throw in there. Make it as confused as possible. Yeah, there's so many different branches of government. or divisions or whatever you want to call it. Just fucking can't keep track of it all. But yeah, you go by, so the secret space program, people are like really high on that, right? So I'm getting messages about this here and there. The mantis thing that we evolved from cockroaches, I got that. No, that's a joke, but I don't know if we evolved from cockroaches, but you know, to be honest with you, I would be a damn bit surprised right now. Nothing surprises. All these 5D people talking about 5D and 3D printers, and then just find out, what do you look like when you're in a fifth dimension reality? Well, I'm a 5D cockroach. Well, that's just, what the fuck? So, yeah, have fun with that. Maybe 3D is not so bad after all. It's like, yeah, be careful here, yeah. So, you know, looks aren't everything. Yeah. So, we're going to do a connection here in a second. I lost my mind completely. But yeah, connecting to the Navy, and just what you're, yeah, because I've been feeling that more recently, of what you're allowed to know publicly. Obviously, people have to do research on it, which is like, good luck with that. But just little things you can find on the internet, whatever they're allowed to make public, it's always secret. So they are obviously watching other countries. America is like the biggest navy, at least publicly. So what I feel about, United States is like the main NASA space organization, secret space program. Russia's involved, obviously. China. I keep feeling Russia is a main player in this. United States and Russia. China's involved, but it seems like China's separate. They're doing their own thing. They're not involved with. They're involved, but not involved. It's like a United States. So the United States. So think about secret space program. The United States is not really the United States. It's like some other galactic space force, whatever the hell you want to call it. Monitoring Earth, keeping alien beings out of here, having skirmishes with certain beings, talking to them, I believe. Well, obviously. But, some people take it to a whole new level of absurdity, but something's got to be going on here. Obviously can't prove a damn thing, because it's secret, because humanity's not ready for anything. But for the Pentagon to start posting stuff about this, it shows they are gearing up for something. Might be 5 years from now, but yeah. Even this virus, you can say it's like a space virus. You can say it's from an unknown region of the universe. It's doing its own thing. Viruses itself aren't always human; they're alien from other places. We're pretty much aliens ourselves, obviously. So just we're creating a new timeline for ourselves, and yes, this virus is going to get more insane. It has to. As people are getting tired, they don't care anymore. They're losing their minds, and the Grim Reaper is right behind them. For some, not all. Most would be all right, but it's going to get to some people for sure. And if you live in a hot spot area, you're going to hear about these stories left and right. If you live in a place where there's hardly anything going on, it's a whole different story. You feel like nothing's happening, it's all made up, which is unfortunate. But when you're living through this, it sucks. Not that I'm living through it, but I can feel the vibrations of it. That's very real. It's not to be messed with either. Obviously, precautions to be made, but some do go overboard with it. But it's understood. So it is a manipulation for people to let down their guard. For the lockdown, gives them something to get pissed off about. Thank the reptilians for that. They're just playing with people basically. Yeah. Who are you getting played by? That's the thing. This lockdown, people are losing their minds. They're doing this whole protest. Who's playing them? And there's several alien beings that are involved with that. Definitely. And it's humans, of course. And always somebody's profiting from all this. Always. They're not going to show themselves, of course. So. Alright, I felt energies from the Syrians again. They came through yesterday. That was from a feline perspective. I feel we get another energy here today. There's Redmond that I connect to. Yeah. Yeah, I feel a strong Syrian energy. They are protectors. Of course, all beings are. Animals are protectors. Cats, dogs, birds, lizards. They're all protectors for us because we don't know what the hell we're doing. Yeah, all these animals, all of them, the elephants, they're all protecting us because we lost our minds. They're here to raise us. So, the more we figure this place out, the more we can evolve and not be babysat anymore. So, it's all on how you look at it. But it's kind of babysitting here. Basically, it feels that way. To a degree, but everybody's learning something. So, alright. Here we go. Blessings. I feel this is from the Syrians, but we'll see. Alright. Blessings. Here we go. Greetings. What's from the Syrian councils? Blessings to you. Yes, your minds are going backwards, forwards, all over the place. Realize, yes, the 5G energies are true, but many are taken to a darker aspect of it. There is a positive aspect of it also. But the fear of your reality, the fear of you going to more fifth-dimensional energies, that's another reason why conspiracies are being brought up, is because many souls feel like they're not ready for it. They enjoy where they are right now. Here's a line, I don't want to cross it. Let's just keep going where we are now, evolve, but not leave the physical. A lot of things, yes, people that used to talk and have a lot of attention, many of them are going to move. It's just that a positive vibration for you to connect with comes from, yes, within, of course. Many wish to find themselves within. Well, first off is to know who you are in some shape or form. Yes, creating questions, ideas, who you are. Just, who is this person? What is this galactic person? A spiritual person? A angelic energy? You are many things at once. The human cannot always process what you are. As a soul, this body is only processing like 10% of who you are. Maybe even less than that, but we'll say 10%. So this is why so many souls get lost here so easily. They're used to being at 100%, that their bodies can handle everything. But in this world, it's all been downgraded, if you want to look at it that way. The blinders are on. How can you live in this life, live in this world when it's raining and your windshield wipers aren't working? Or it's fogged and you can't unfog your windows. That's what you're living in right now. The unknown. Those that are even the most lost here are those that are used to higher dimensional realities where they see the future so clearly. Usually that's at the fifth dimension. This is why so many are begging for the fifth dimension, because it was clear. Well, it's more clear than the fourth dimension. But your third is kind of a black hole. Not to say it's negative or the end of time. No, it's just not easy to see the future. The lights are off for purpose. Now you're warning more of fourth and fifth dimension energies to bring those in. To heal the fear, the several different layers of fear. Especially those that you're afraid of, that you know you can learn a great deal, but you're not sure you want to learn about yourself. That's why friendships sometimes fall apart. Both parties, as you call it, some people are woke, and some people don't want to be. Woke is, we'll just use that for example. People that just know more about themselves. Not in an ego way, but just in a way of just they love and accept everyone. And not everybody wants to be loved and accepted. Some want to be mocked and go through all the drama of it because they have what to learn there. As a level, it's just a part of where that's where they're learning the most from. Those in the third dimension physical are learning a great deal of that. Many of you had enough of the physical, nothing's working, body's not working, my mind's not working. I'm ready for the fourth and fifth dimension. It's like the The physicality. Many of you incarnate here over and over and over again, as you probably know. Most of you have been here a lot of times. If you're tired of the physical, that means you've been here a lot. And that's why you're here. You're here to, I would say, put an end to it in some ways. Not entirely. But you're here to, yes, this is why many of you, most souls that are here right now, are here to bring in higher dimensions, swore they'd never come back here again. They've done it. They've been through all the hardships of it. They put an X here. It's like, no more. And now here you are. Well, you've had some time away from the place, first off. You've been assisting in astral and spirit, but now you're here in the physical, which you've been dreading, as many of you know, to bring in the higher dimensions even faster. Yes, to cut through all the bullshit. Basically, all the bullshit of those gurus that are out there. You know who they are. Because some are sugarcoating the fifth dimension because it's not perfect. Some are sugarcoating the fourth dimension. It's not perfect either, as many of you realize. But more of that vibration, the fourth dimension is going to come in stronger. And when it came in, it brought itself a virus, but also bringing in new. It's in a level of just. It's like you're in the shallow part of it right now. You can still walk around. But over time it's going to get deeper and deeper and deeper, and you're going to have to learn how to swim. That's what's happening right now. So you're in the shallow ends of it currently. It's going to be like that for a while. And then the infrastructure start breaking down, and those that are connected to the physical are going to start to freak out. Some are trying to figure out how they're going to freak out when everything starts to break down. But many of you are connected more to fourth and fifth energies are going to have some unsteadiness, of course, but know to keep going, as the new energies are not too far away. It's not that far away. It's just slow right now. You're still getting used to it. You're mentally preparing for everything. As you can see, this situation is not going away anytime soon. Done by design. You can blame whoever you want. You are here in the jungle for a reason. You want to find a way out and find a utopia. Continue to survive the jungle. As many of you will. It's not your average jungle, as you can see. But it is one that needs to be desperately healed. Your food supply has to be healed too. And it's technically going through that right now. As food will be healthier for you. And bodies will be able to adjust to a higher vibrational energy. And people won't be as out of shape as they used to be. Now it's going to take some time because many have a lot to learn in that frequency. Not to say it's wrong, but there's a lot to learn in it because you don't really get that at very many places. So but you are shifting out of it gradually. So this month is coming up, your next month. Your June is going to be a testing month. This month, yes, is a transition period. Yes, a lot of pain. A lot of souls are going to get to know themselves more. Friendships will be made, friendships will be broken. A lot of friendships are going to be made stronger because, once again, the tides of your dimension is going to start to flood in. And you need everyone you can grab onto to survive. Those of you that are calm already, some of you are actually swimming out to those to give them a hand. So my hand's here if you want it. You can call me all the names you want, but I'm here for you. As many of you know, some friendships are broken up, some have come back together. There's a reason for why they're coming back together. Because yes, the riptides are going to get worse here. Yes, of course. As fourth dimension is a tidal wave. But it's here to stay. It's here to change your planet. Don't call it a dimension for nothing. Dimension, as many of you say, okay, bring in more. It will come in as stronger tide. Some of you are already doing it as we speak, or have already done it last week or before that. As the tides are going to get stronger here. some of you are going to feel more powerful than you've ever had before. At least you might not be able to access your full abilities, but you know it's there. That's where you're heading into. You're just being activated. But it's still not time to use it, but you know that you're on the right track, others on, and you're lighting up the timeline for those to be safe here. Those that wish to be safe. Those that have left the ego and healed them. A wish one to be healed. Many just want to be in panic. And you're going to be there for them too. Those that don't want any of this. Many of you are going to be with them too. In another reality. I know that sounds a little bit complicated. You'll be here and you'll be there. As you know your energy, so you're in many places at once. You're at about 1,000 places at once. You're just here focused on this reality, because this one, it's good to focus on this place than everywhere else. As many of you connect to astral and focus on that, there's nothing wrong with that. Oh yes, as for the space plane, the drone, yes, it's a part of disclosure. It's there to get people's attention, but it is showing that you are making progress to your space connections. Mantis, yes, there's many mysteries within the insectoid race that many alien beings don't fully understand ourselves. As many species have evolved from the insectoid, doesn't mean they evolved from a cockroach. It's more of a joke we see. But you evolved from many different species. Yes, an insect can have, as you do, many different DNAs within you. And certain ones are activated, and some are connected to the human in various ways. So even insects have been killed, or those have been through hell and back. They bring back a vibration or a radiation with them, a certain DNA with them. That many that are there's insectoid races that work on a daily basis. All they do is analyze. Yes, they did assist with the Zetas being enhanced also. The insectoids are part of enhancing species and themselves, but their life duration is usually not very long depending on the insect itself. Many are just like drones themselves, but they have a consciousness. They go out, get information, come back. If they survive, they do. They don't, they don't. That's part of the evolution of society. You're always evolving. In this world, you're evolving through certain levels of learning. Many of you came here, obviously, tired of the physical world, as much as you'd like to make it work for you. The reason why some of your body functions, some things just don't work, and your mind doesn't work, whatever it might be, is because it's reminding you of the fourth dimension, because you're actually leaving this reality into another one. So that's why some people feeling sick all the time, or just their bodies are aching all the time. It's because it is fourth and fifth dimensional symptoms. And yes, it's very difficult, it's very lonely in that case. But you knew that before you came in. Even if some of you got pulled in here, that's saying against your will, some of you already kind of signed a waiver before you incarnated here a long time ago. If Earth needs me, send me in. And sometimes you're living a life that's normal and you get hijacked and sent here. Some have been through that. It's like, if Earth needs me at a certain time, then... And that's where some of you are here right now. You feel like you got pulled in here. It's like, what am I doing in this place? I never chose this. As Assyrian councils, we're involved with bringing a lot of souls here to assist. Many species are involved. Assyrians are very much involved in protecting the relics of the earth, your pyramids, Egypt as the center point of your planet is here to bring in a new age. Yes, you are part of this. Virus is showing a new age. You will see it mostly next year, but you're seeing this is the hard year to get through it. Next year you're going to see it all clear. Not everything, but you'll have more of a clear vision. It's like, we never thought any of that would happen, and it all happened. The mind is set up not to see everything right now. Just keep going day by day. The future is not meant to be seen detail for detail. As many of you are peaking as much as possible, we understand. We understand, well, so you mentally prepare, but some of you, as you look more into the future, even if you don't see anything, you get a vibration of it, you're getting like little pieces of it, you're still preparing yourself, even if you don't know what the hell you're preparing yourself for. And many artists, yeah, you're strengthening yourself. As many of you are constantly looking, because we know many of you are, just like, where is this all going to go? You're actually building your resistance to what is occurring. So when something does occur, it's like, okay, there it is. While the rest of the world freaks out, or some will freak out. So Asia is being healed at this time. There's going to be a long time for that. Asian worlds, you have to be careful with them. When Asian realities are connected to planets, yes, they're here to change things. It's not for the worse. It might feel that way, but they were sent here to help your world evolve, to shift it. That's why we keep doing that, to shift you to different realities. Now, there's other species that can be used for that, of course, but for your role, you chose the Asian to assist on many different levels. In some places that have finer foods, yes. In healthcare, there people are it's the way it's used as for slavery in China. Yes, it does have a darker side, of course, which is connected to your reptilians, and there's other beings, but mostly reptilian vibration to feel that it knows better. But it's holding on to your society, manipulating it, but also bringing in a change. So yes, it is hard, but they want to make sure that Asia survives this too, which they will. But they had to kind of mentally prepare their people. It might not make sense right now, but over time it will. Not to say it's a positive situation they're in, but then again, who is in a positive situation? At least they know they're under a control grid. Most of your humans don't believe it. So they're allowed to know something about their society. And they have workarounds for it. To connect to your internet to know what's going on. They have workarounds around that. The government can't stop everything. But your most free worlds feel that they're free, but you really aren't. So they tell everyone that they're free, makes them lazy, easy to control. So if you think you're part of a dictatorship, say, hey, we're part of a dictatorship. We need to break free of this. So not all free countries, but quite a few, get lazy, give their power away. But if you know if you're under a dictatorship, it's like, okay, we need to pay attention. So look at it from that point of view. Alright, blessings to you. Hope is bringing assistance as much to change. Yeah, as much as change in your reality. Of course, very soon, a new way of looking at things is there to open the eye. The third eye, the soul eye, for you to see things more clearly and keep your sanity as the world shifts into a new reality. Blessings to you.